Welcome to Daily Bread. As always, this reading is timeless, which means whenever you find this message, or whenever this message finds you, is when you're meant to see it. So please, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. The energy's already been cleared. Let's get started. Let's start by asking Source, what is the energy we should focus on for this message? Source, what is the energy we should focus on for this message? Source, what is the energy we should focus on for this message? Oops. Shadow self. So what I'm seeing is someone has been carrying around a lot of weight from trauma. What I'm seeing is someone has experienced some things, and the way that it worked out with, unfortunately, the people around you is that you felt at risk of either being blamed for what happened to you or being labeled for what happened to you. Or being persecuted or judged for your role in the situation. So what Source is telling someone to do right now, and I just took a deep breath because I feel the exasperation. Like I feel someone who wakes up every morning here recently and really does like a big sigh, like I've had to do this again. I've had to do this again. I just got to do this again. And so I see someone who is very much in a space where you are running from yourself on the inside. And Source is telling you, stop running. You can't run from who you are. You can't not be who you are. You can't not want to be who you are. You can't, well, you can want these things, but wanting those things doesn't give you the ability to change that. However, what you can do is things that have done, those don't have to necessarily define you. What you can do is be responsible for where you are right now. So instead of saying, hey, I'm going to say blame, shame, point the finger game with anybody about anything from the past, what you're going to do right now is say, all right, where am I at right now? I have 3 broken friendships over here, and one of them I don't even really care about. One of them, they stabbed me in the back. And the other one, we just had some differences, but I really missed them at heart, and we always had each other's best interest. Now, I see someone who's thinking, okay, but that one is very heavily connected to those two. What does it cost myself to be involved? And even if you go and someone has been apologizing, I see someone's shadow self is saying, apology accepted, access denied. So even though, you can't make amends, or, there's amends being pointed out there, it doesn't mean that you have to continue on a future on a path that has been mended. You can go somewhere different. So let's go a little bit deeper in with the tarot with shadow self. Again, please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. But yeah, I definitely am seeing someone who is trying to weigh their role in where they ended up in their life, but they're not giving credit or attention to the things and factors that were outside of their control, that were influencing them, and even the factors that were working in direct opposition to you. So that's what I'm seeing with shadow self. These are the shadow self aspects where these are shadows that were planted in your mind by other people. And now what you're doing is you're clearing out the dirt. So let's go ahead and let's pull 3 tarot cards and see what more we can go into with shadow self. And if this is resonating, please press that like button. Leave a comment. I'll take both. All right, so we have the Magician and the 7 of Cups. Yeah, powerful. And we also have the 6 of Wands, and we also have the Knight of Wands. So right off the bat with the Magician and the Seven of Cups coming out together, and just kind of like that tricky, flippy way that it did. And I mean, those are all, inputs to me right now. And those downloads are telling me that, yeah, someone was trying to make you uncertain about where your choices and what your choices were and what the best choices for yourself were. And they were really trying to topsy-turvy your world around. However, what they did not know is that you're awake. Someone has source behind them and has really been digging in. And I see someone who felt like, oh, I just stopped doing my affirmations every day. And now maybe source is going to be mad at me. Nope. That's not how that works. You did your affirmations ahead of time because you're human, and sometimes you knew you would forget, but you were thanking source in advance so much that you had credit for it, because that's why we thank source in advance, because we know sometimes we can be forgetful. So that's what I'm seeing with the Six of Wands, is I'm seeing someone who's thanking source for the times that they thanked source in advance, and it got them through these situations where someone was trying to manipulate their energies and confuse your choices. So on the flip side of that, now that I see that you're clearing that from you, the best thing about it is now you're able to see it more clearly. And now you're able to see the choices that they were trying to stop you from seeing. And you're going to start seeing, oh, some of those choices that they were trying to get me into were small, and I shouldn't have even been concerned about them. And some of them you're going to start seeing were actually opportunities for you. And you're going to have the opportunity to co-create with source your future. And I see someone who's about to make a future for themselves that's vibrant. I see someone who's about to pick up maybe like 4 or 5 passion projects. I see someone who's really about to go in hard on what they feel their life purpose is, or maybe it's finding out what that life purpose is, especially with this Knight of Wands. And I'm going to see many opportunities for you to be able to do that, whether those come through invitations with coworkers, or maybe even a new job offer, or maybe even an old friend that you haven't heard from in a while who was actually a good influence and a good flame. I see maybe someone who's got an old organization or social group that they were a part of that may reach back out. And of course, I see someone who has so many things to look forward to that they're going to start building new skills. I see someone who's going to redo their hairstyle. I see someone who's just recently redone their wardrobe. I'm seeing someone who's doing new you all the way around. So someone's got a style and a flair and a vibe. And I don't care if you are, masculine or feminine, or wherever you are on that spectrum, you've got it. Like, and someone is starting to realize you have it. And when you clear out all the stuff, the shadow, when you do the shadow work to see what's been planted that you don't want to nurture anymore, and you uproot that, you're going to be celebrating. So let's do one more card with the Oracle to see what actions or advice we have to go along with this. And I see someone who, and here's the thing, this is someone who is so triumphant over whatever darkness they've just come out of, that this is too excited to even feel any kind of negativity about a situation. So I see someone releasing a lot of things in healthy ways, and translating that into new ways of self-care, and looking more vibrant and feeling more vibrant and seeing yourself as more vibrant in your own eyes. And I see someone who may even be differently abled, who are newly differently abled, or they're starting to realize some things that are different about their situation. Your abilities are different in a situation, and I see someone who's really finding that as an empowerment for an additional perspective instead of as a limitation. So, yep, absolutely. Regeneration. So source is telling someone to look at this time of shadow work as, you're getting away from these energies. You're clearing this self up. You're not going to do this name, blame, point, and shame game inside yourself anymore. And you're going to take this opportunity to say, okay, I have a clear field. Yes, you have a clear field. And you see this, there's a lot of fire in these cards. And you see how this land is being rejuvenated after the fire, after presumably the fire or the volcano has come through. And I see that's what you're doing. I see you're taking this storm. You're going to let those lightning strike the places that need to burn. And then you're going to let new things grow there. Things that nurture you and who you are and who you want to be and what nurtures the things that nurture your spirit and your purpose. And I see someone finally running with that. So please take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Go ahead and like, comment, follow, share with someone you care about. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.